Oh, quiet, Chad?
Yes.
Now we're just waiting on Bill.
Palm trees too?
Did we find out what Mr. Bob's last name is?
No.
All right. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can we start with roll call, please?
Terry Reed. Here. Ethan Maple.
Here.
Ryan Hartley.
Here.
Bill Niemeyer.
Here.
And Chad Melinda.
Here. Moving on to claims. First thing on the agenda is 2.1, approval of APBs 29024 through 29085.
Make a motion that we approve ATVs 29024 to 29085 as presented in our backup materials.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes. And on to 2.2, approval of the SRF claim APV number 29034.
I'll make a motion that we approve SRF claim number 29034.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
On nays. And that's approved. All right, moving on to the adoption of town council minutes from April 15th, 2026.
I'll make a motion, we adopt the town council minutes from April 15th, 2026.
I'll second.
Moved by Ryan, seconded by Ethan. Is there any further conversation needed? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that is approved. Now on to the public comments section. 3 minutes limited for any item on the agenda. If you wish to share your comment, please come up to the podium. Give us your name and address. Or organization. All right.
It's not something about anything that's on the agenda, it's just something I want to update you guys on tonight. As you recall, we put a request in the Congressman Shreve's office for some septic elimination projects. And he put out his final draft that he's going to take to the Appropriations Committee to see funds on for fiscal year 27. And that request, your request was included in that for 1.6 million. Now, that can still, as we've seen in the past, get shaved down. And then it still has to go through the committee, which some other news on that is Shreve was just put on for the Appropriations Committee. Woo! So, which means that it's got a much more likely chance of passing through the way that they were presented instead of getting kind of shaved and parsed out. So, those will typically come through the EPA grant, an 80/20 grant. So that's something that the town needs to be prepared for. If you do get the full 1.6 million of the 80% grant, 20% match. So the town has 1.2 and the grant 400,000 in the match. Conversations we've had in the past, since a lot of county residents that chase the town. From our stance, and I believe your guys' stance as well, is the county should be more important. So, just conversations that you have with your commissioners as this kind of moves forward. You probably won't hear anything on this for the next 6 to 8 months, just depending on how, their fiscal year starts in October. Obviously, they go into the midterm, so, everybody, Republicans are going to hold, the House might move a little quicker. And if that's not the case, then I might stretch it next year, depending on how it works out. But something for you guys to think about, good news, and Yeah.
Yeah, also, just so that people who haven't had conversations with you about that, that's a grant that we could use to help with, basically, we listed a bunch of different things that we're trying to do with our septic system program. There's a lot of things that we had to cut from the budget originally due to some of the costs raising for the initial plan. So we could use that money for those things, correct?
Yes, this would be for, preliminary engineering and design, to come up with the concept to, take, I think we have 400 and some houses that are just outside of town limits, that have been identified. I know that I think Jim got probably close to 100 residents who said that they were wanting to hook onto town sewer. So, if you work to identifying those, and obviously the people who want it are the easiest ones to go to first.
Yeah.
So working through a game plan on what that would look like, and come up with the final cost of what that project would be. And then, once again, taking that back to the county, because right now they are county residents, not New Palestine residents.
And the exciting piece of that is the more people that we get onto our septic system goes into that pool, sewer goes into that pool of money. So
Yes.
we're excited about that opportunity. Hopefully we get that grant. So
And they're already neighbors,
Yep.
They're not new people coming in, they're already neighbors, so.
Cool.
Good point.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Any other comments? With no old business on the agenda, we'll move straight to new business.
Chad, before you start that, can I just clarify?
Please.
New business, 6.1 is an ordinance that you need to discuss it, but 6.2 ordinance needs a public hearing prior to approving it. So, it wasn't put on the agenda, but it needs to be prior to approving.
Has it been communicated for a public hearing?
Yep.
It just didn't get to the agenda. So
It
we
just
can
wasn't
do
on.
a public
Yeah,
hearing.
all of everything has been done correctly except for the agenda.
Okay.
That's on me. I didn't put the public hearing on there.
Another public hearing.
Yeah. Yep,
We like to change things up.
it's always fun.
Thank
Yes.
you. Well, moving on to new business 6.1, ordinance 050626B, Healthway Park UDP amendment.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 050626B as presented in our backup materials.
I'll second. Moved by Bill, seconded by Ryan, and is there any discussion?
I would just offer, they shared all that information at the previous meeting, and so we were able to kind of hear that and understand what they're looking at. So I appreciate the presentation and the work, and don't feel it necessary to repeat it again.
And we've got a lot of people here that can answer questions.
It's true.
Okay. All those in favor of approving ordinance 050626B, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And that passes.
Um,
Now,
May I interrupt for 1 second? Zach, does that need two votes?
So so my understanding was that you were just approving it and you'll hear it again at the next meeting. If you're passing the ordinance, it does need unanimous consent to pass on first reading.
I'll make a motion to pass ordinance 050626B by unanimous consent on first reading.
The only question I will ask from any of y'all, if we waited 2 weeks to pass it a second time, does it impact your timeline at all? I mean, in terms of what you're working on, not that you'd have to come back again, I'm just trying to figure out.
For the record, Harold Gibson from Hancock Health. Both of our petition, our partners in this are basically driving a little ways. Kroger is, Mohammed has times that he has to be in Florida, but we're happy to do whatever is best for the town. We hope to be able to get this resolved tonight. We can move on, but that's your choice.
Yeah, I get that. My question is, like, would you feel like if we didn't pass it, on the first read, you have to come back in 2 weeks just because you like us? Or you've done all the things?
They won't be
In
here for the
in my 45 years, I've never disrespected a council.
In my 3 years, I've never felt disrespected by someone who didn't make it.
I would.
Okay, I hear you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of passing ordinance 050626B on first reading, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes on first reading. Thank you, Yvonne. And Zach, now I need to open a public hearing.
You do. Let's go ahead and introduce this ordinance first.
Okay.
And then if I believe Mr. Gibson would like to talk about this one as well, and then we can open that public hearing after we discuss this.
Would you do me the honors of presenting this?
I can. We are introducing this ordinance to vacate a public way, as we just touched on. I'm trying to find my materials here. That does include a public hearing. The petitioner is here to speak about that, and I will kind of just let him take that as a can.
And then after he speaks, we'll open the public hearing.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pitt. Earl Gibson, we're here to ask you for your approval to vacate Leon Lane from the intersection of Leon Lane and Wilson Way. This is the plat, it's not a plat, it's illustration of a plat that created right of way for public streets through Elkway Park. In order to make the plan work for the Kroger Shopping Center, we are asking that that street right of way be vacated. It wasn't said earlier in the planning commission, and if it was not expressed enough. Our appreciation for Mr. Pekovic and his team to sell this part of this property to make this work. And one of the things that, if I can give the neighbors some comfort, is that one of the things that the hospital's done, we take a lot of time in talking to the developers, and Mr. Niemeyer, you mentioned making a tour of that facility. We did that. Even the Kroger folks, we've met with them many, many times, and we just are very concerned before we get into an agreement that we have a developer we can work with. And in both instances, I think our homework proved that out, that we have folks we can work with. And there was nothing to force Mr. Pekovic to sell this to us. And he's taking less of a project, so we appreciate that greatly. Now needs the Kroger, we want the Kroger, but in order to do that, we also need to vacate this right of way, Leon Lane. And we've asked for that, we've advertised for that. Part of the provisions, Mr. Robinson asked us to, if we're gonna vacate this street, then he wanted us to provide access through the northern part of Area C through the Kroger site. Kroger was willing to do that, so they're platting, they've agreed to the plat of the access easement that will allow the undeveloped ground to the west to come through and connect with Wilson Way, so we will have access, so there'll be connectivity. We thought about it for a while as we talked about the original plan to extend to the west and with US 52 being as close as it is. We thought that probably the traffic pattern was going to be okay going out to 52 and getting to where they were going to go. So just connectivity was probably going to be adequate rather than having a collector street through the project. So we would respectfully ask you to vacate that portion of Leon Lane, and that would then become part of the Kroger project. And without that vacation, the Kroger project can't exist. Haven't answered the question.
All right, at this time, we will open up a public hearing at 7:17.
If I can just add one note that I failed to mention in my introduction. Normally a vacation of a plat is just, it's approved by the planning commission. This is for you all for approval because it's it touches a public way. It's contiguous with the public way and the right of way. So that's why it's before the legislative body of the town.
Comments, questions? Yes.
So the UDP that you just approved, okay, it shows the street being gone.
Well, the UDP references the use of that property, and obviously, if the street's there, the use is adjusted, but the UDP helps us understand how the property is going to be used.
And
So,
it shows parking spots and everything else going in there, so.
right.
If I accepted that, are you not saying that you're already okay with taking the street out?
We're leaning in that direction, brother.
We have to go through.
I mean, we could say no right now, and everything we said before doesn't matter.
Yeah,
That's
you've already
yeah.
accepted it, so it's kinda like, it's kinda. hard
Welcome to
come back
government.
And say, dude, you can't do it after we know you could.
Welcome to government.
Guess we're gonna put the street vacation in front of it.
Yeah, we could.
But I mean, it's in it, it shows it's gone.
Yep.
And they own this, correct? It's not a public street, is it?
It is.
It is.
It's part of the right of way.
For right now.
About the next
5
3 or 4
minutes.
yeah.
So let me clarify that, that's a great question. So in the ordinance, there's a draft that says it only becomes effective upon closing of the program. So the vacation doesn't exist, the program doesn't close, the vacation doesn't exist. So, the UDP, the Area C has other permitted uses. So the way the amendment says is if Area C is developed for a shopping center, then it has to comply with this plan. So it's not a guarantee that Area C is gonna be developed as a shopping center. It says if it is. So it sets up standards for uses. In the ordinance, you have standards for certain uses. In this ordinance, UDP, we get very specific for a shopping center. We don't get as specific for maybe a retail store. But in this case, if it's developed for a shopping center and a fuel center, it has to be developed like that. So if everything goes well, we hope that happens, but, that clarifies that before.
Thank you.
All right, any further discussions or comments?
I would just say that right now, it's just, Leon Lane from the roundabout west is just essentially a street nowhere. I mean, it just stubs at the west, and so it has very little use.
Is that what we're asking?
I will have to say that, to speak to the hospital standards, if you drive down Leon Lane right now, which is a dead-end street to nowhere, it's still maintained by the hospital. It's still mowed, it looks nice. That's one thing that you cannot say about other developments around Hancock County. So I commend the hospital for still maintaining it, even though it goes nowhere. So.
All right. We will end the public hearing at 7:21 PM and move back to the town council meeting and address ordinance 050626C, vacating a public way, West Leon Lane.
I'll make a motion to pass ordinance 050626C on first hearing by unanimous consent.
Moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion?
That would be on first reading,
That's
correct?
correct.
You said first hearing.
Reading, hearing.
Just being picky.
Thank
It's on the
you.
record now. We
We're
got
gonna
it.
hear and we're gonna read.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes on first reading.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
So,
much.
just to clarify, we'll come back in 2 weeks.
We have passed both ordinances 050626B and C on first reading, so they are passed.
You are welcome here anytime.
Yeah, just to clarify,
You
you're
are-
welcome.
you are not
All of you
required.
are welcome to Come at any time.
But we love it. We love an audience. That way, people other than my mother can watch this. Hi, Mom. She's probably not watching. I don't know about that. My dad definitely probably.
Thank you all for
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to continued council conversations, we're gonna indefinitely table staggered terms of office for town council members until we get more direction on that, so we can strike that from the ongoing agenda. And that will move us to 7.2, employee benefits.
I'll just say we're still working on that, and also that any changes we make won't be effective until next year anyway, so there isn't a rush, but I appreciate it still being on the agenda. And also, an employee of Hancock County reached out to me, gave me the website and some recommendations to look at some county employee handbook language where they did similar changes that we're talking about. So I will certainly look at those and circulate it and appreciate the input.
Should we set a date to table this so that we don't
Keep
hit
putting
it up every month until then? So we could look to August or September.
That'd be budgeting time, right? I mean, that'd be
December.
Which is a good time to talk about
probably.
benefits and handbooks and
So we could table it to August 5th, which would be the first meeting in August.
Sure.
Okay. Perfect. Legal updates.
A couple of items. I worked with Bri to identify some unwholesome conditions surrounding some properties here in town, and Councilor Reed has done a good job of identifying those as well. So for anyone watching in New Pal, that is going to be a added point of emphasis, and we will be following the Code of Ordinances to identify those properties and follow the notice requirements and get those letters out. So be checking your mailbox. Another item I've been working on is a legislative report for you all. The legislature has been so kind to add a number of requirements for you all and other units of government throughout the state. So hopefully I'll be able to get that out to you later this month with some laws that you all need to start following here in 26 and 27.
Exciting. Thanks for that update.
You're welcome.
We're really excited about that.
I'm sure.
Okay, moving on to department reports. Jim.
Ryan, are you gonna talk about Hop Center project?
Go ahead.
Yep, there was a group of us that we went out to the Hop Center, they're the owner reps for the development company, to look at our town center. We were amazed. This complex had a parking garage in it, a park that was a side to it. It had the unit development below the apartment, so it was a really nice project. It had a lot of artwork. I think that Yvonne and some of the girls
I love
seen
that.
it. It was amazing. So those are just things that when we look at other communities, what they have, what we might have here in the near future. And I think there's a group of us, we're going to Rushville with the Thrive Center here in a few weeks. So we'll take a look at their town center and pull off some ideas there as well. So,
Jim, where was it?
the Hop Center in Plainfield,
Hobbs
Hop
Station.
Station.
Hop Station.
Hop Station,
Yeah.
Plainfield, it was, I was highly impressed with the development there. They had a park, that gave us a good visual representation for what our park could be, size-wise and design-wise. The actual, apartment complex was amazing, visually, great architectural details. It was amazing how they incorporated a parking garage in it, and it just blended in. You didn't see it whatsoever, from the street. It was a very, very nice development. I was impressed with it.
It's got a pool too.
It's
On the roof.
Mm-hmm.
on
On the
the
roof.
roof, it's the third floor.
Can I get access?
It was, had a gym, it had everything. It was very nice development. set up. It was, extremely high, like a 2-story ceiling. They were long, there was access from both sides, from the front side and the back side. The possibilities on that it just blew my mind, so, they did a great job development wise. It got me excited about, possibilities for town center. So,
That's great to hear. I think one of the good parts about doing this is we can look at what other people used and steal good ideas and learn from bad ideas. And one of my former teachers is here with us today, but I love stealing good ideas from other people. Some call it cheating. I call, yeah, exactly. But no, that's exciting to hear.
On another note, we do have the decals on the truck. We have banners, we have some banners ordered with town logo on it, as well as your desk. And then I've got one more to put on the town hall here. We're going to remove the old Town of New Palestine. This is about 77 inches. Pretty good size. Comes in 3 parts, so we'll get that ordered and move along.
I'm asking for a friend, are we doing any polos or anything? You know, I was gonna wear my old one today to show the need for a new one, but yeah, just asking for a friend to put that out there.
We can probably get you hooked up.
Awesome. Anything else, Jim?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Poole?
Yeah, I have anything tonight.
Thank you. Chief?
Officer Wagner is his first week at the academy. He went in Monday, passed his PT, and now he's going to spend 16 weeks getting educated at the state level.
fun times for him.
Yes. It's exciting. May 18th, both candidates are going back in for recertification, since both of them been out for a minute from injuries and from transfer over to Valparaiso. They're going back in and getting recertified. Didn't have to, but we want to do it just to make sure that we're getting all that.
Well, if you need a dog that bites, we have a new corgi that, if I was a criminal, I'd be deathly afraid of. He's vicious.
Even
you know,
can't outrun those.
if you need another honorary police dog, I'm sure this thing.
We're not paying the vet bill.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Yvonne?
I don't have anything of significance. Thank you.
And now we'll open to public comments, 5 minutes on any topic. So anything that anybody would like to address. If you've got something, please just come up to the podium. Tell us your name, organization, or where you're from. We'd love to hear.
Bauer, 4568 West Morris Way. What is the town ordinance for vehicles?
How much time do you got?
For like anybody?
So we've got a list of town ordinances. It's online. If you go to the town website, you can go there and you can look through them. If you've got specific questions,
I mean, are they allowed to?
Mini bikes are
all over everywhere?
mini bikes, no. I think what you're talking about, we just saw it the other day, is the scooter. Yeah, it's like an electric scooter.
No, these are kids running mini bikes.
Yeah, there's been
Gas powered
some,
motors on. I guess my question
They
is,
fall under a moped, so they're not street legal unless they're licensed. Got license plates on, turn signals.
and I know you guys are busy, you can't go around.
You can call.
All the time.
Sometimes we're your neighbor, we can just give a call.
so I've
You
seen,
wanna deputize us?
I've seen them around the station, or, around, Stones Crossing.
Yeah.
I live in, over here in whatever subdivision.
Sunrise Lake.
Sunrise Lake.
That's right.
Yeah, run around all over.
I hear about there in Cedar Creek and Stones Crossing. I know what mini bike you're talking about, it's extremely loud,
Yes,
and
and then there's another one too, and it's an adult on that.
I'm just waiting for.
Now, the other question is,
Hold on. We've got a non-emergency number that they could call and report that.
Right, you don't have to call 911, you call the 477-1144. If we're not closed and county deputies drive through the area, then they know as well that's not street legal, so.
I'm just concerned that
Oh, absolutely.
somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, and if you don't call and tell us, we don't know what's
And
happening.
it's just a matter of time. Well, I hope you do. I hope you're going through our neighborhood.
Yeah, no,
They're going through.
I'm saying if you don't call, we don't.
Yeah, I'm hoping you know.
Yeah, I seen your house.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that.
I've hit my brakes seeing Chief quite a few times.
I called the county and I really Because that 45 was set up before those neighborhoods were built, before the other corner, second phase of overlook was put in. So, to me, that's a residential street all the way from the bridge all the way to 300 South.
Can I ask you a question? So you're wanting 30 all the way down from 300 South into town?
Or if you want to drop 20, I don't care.
No, it won't be 20, but.
Okay, but I'm just saying, the 45 is too fast through there. If they're going 55, okay? If they're driving 55, that's 45, you're gonna go 10 over, you're going 55. I catch myself.
I'd like to speak to that somewhat. The county owns very little of 450. Most of the 450 is owned by the town. I can show you that here on Beacon.
Well, I know, but I was told that I had to go then and get a chance.
So we do speed studies. I actually do the speed studies on that.
Okay.
And, I haven't got a phone call about it yet, or haven't been notified about doing a speed study on it, so.
I know a guy I'll talk to about it.
But
I'm just concerned, I think, the problem is it's getting warm out again. Last year I seen a person get hit over there. And I think, and then the other thing now is we've got about 6 or 7 teenage groups that think it's okay to go from the overlook over to Stone's Crossing with their golf carts across 450. Which, the way I understand, that's not legal, correct?
Crossover.
Pardon me?
They can cross over.
They can cross over if they have,
But
If it's a registered golf cart and they have a driver's license.
They do like to, crossover is taking very liberty
Yes.
by some, right? They're taking some liberty into what crossover is.
So it's because they're coming out like this, they're driving down, then they're turning back in.
And we allow that because that's the worst way to get back into the town.
Okay.
It's for a short period of time. Now, let me speak on the speed limits a little bit. When the Federal Highway Administration controls how we set those up, right? So we set up a speed study, and that's determined by the 85th percentile on what pedestrians are traveling. So we don't use made-up numbers, or we don't do it based off feelings, like I feel like people are driving fast. There's a formula for speeds. So when we get calls about, people, and trust me, I get calls a lot about people wanting the speed limit lowered. A lot of times what happened is I'll put a study up out there and do a speed study, and that 45-mile-an-hour speed limit, realistically, if we use the 85th percentile, should be 50 or 55. You can actually make it more dangerous by lowering the speed limit and having people drive slower, because you're gonna have 1 or 2 people out of 10 do 30 mile an hour. Everybody else is gonna want to pass it. So that's why that formula's created. So that 45-mile-an-hour speed limit is probably safe. I drive down 450 multiple times a day, and I usually run between 45 and 50. I never have anybody try to pass me. I never have anybody in front of me going slow. But yeah, I'm just being
Anybody, but
I'm just being realistic.
I just think what we're gonna see is someone getting hurt. Especially, I mean, somebody can fly down there 45, 50 mile an hour, hit one of the golf carts, we're gonna have 6 teens hurt, and everybody's gonna say, well, I don't know why they got hurt.
Well, I mean, we get, I'll
I know we can't set rules for every
speeding
kid.
neighborhood across the county, right? When I set these speed studies out, I get people that, and there's no digital readout on these black boxes I put out, but I have multiple vehicles running 70 plus, 80 plus, 90 plus mile an hour. So, I mean, it's a problem throughout the county, but we can only set speed, we can't enforce it.
I just thought it was the residential area, it could go to residential.
Inside a neighborhood, I could see that, but being a county and town road,
Then why is it 30 out here? It's a
That's-
highway.
that's the state. Yeah,
What's
you'd
it
have to
over-
ask NDOT.
What's it over there on 5? South.
35.
It's this 45 to 30, it's essentially the same thing he does on 450 West. It goes 45
Then it drops.
past south of roundabout, then it drops down to 30, then it drops down to 20.
It's dropping 30 right around the Methodist church there.
It drops to 30 right at the entrance to Cedar Creek.
And a little
The
further
northern entrance.
So, yeah, because those were two neighborhoods were built there.
Yeah. Well, so it models, it kind of models 500. Well, 450 currently models 500.
Yeah.
And that's just as
I
residential.
think also because they have sidewalks right along the road on 500. Sidewalks, there's not
We probably
sidewalks.
should do some sidewalks.
We'll ask about getting speed.
Well, I don't know, I just think we're gonna sit here this summer, something's gonna happen. Cause I don't know, I mean, I step back all the time, and I watch that road, and I see these kids, man, just flying across that road. And we're talking about 9:30, 10 o'clock, not when it's dark. And they're flying across the road while their buddies are coming down 300, shooting up 450, just hammering it from 450 all the way down past us toward town. You know, so, and I just,
Well, unfortunately,
it's fun. It's a good time, man. You
Yeah,
know,
it is.
I'll
It is.
get far in the door, let's go have a
But they have to take some responsibility on their part too. And I
Yeah.
thought you shouldn't be on a golf cart because you're not supposed to be.
They got lights on, tail lights.
No.
They're not allowed to
Half
after
hour
that.
after sunset.
Pardon me?
Half hour after sunset.
Half hour after, well then, yeah, you gotta control it.
You know what? There's a phone call.
I understand, I'm just saying,
And I'm not, 100%, I'm not golf cart patrol.
no, and I understand that, and that's why, yeah, I mean, it's neighborhood, and I brought it up with the neighborhood and everything else, so. Oh, I got it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Along those lines, whatever happened to that school on
200, nothing. It's getting microsurface right now and getting ready to get finished.
But I mean, I slow down because there's a school and I'm always looking down and there's no signs down.
You would have to ask the county engineer about that. As of right now, there's no signs on that.
I got one road in front of it. Are we looking at annexing more property?
You got one in mind?
Anything between here and Cumberland?
I think it's always part of the conversation to see, both what the interest is of people and what is, what's an option for us as a town. I don't think the door's closed. So we're looking at when the town expands, we're looking at those options, but we haven't had any conversations about forcing annexation at this point.
And there is no immediate concerns of, and I've heard this from a lot of people, there's no immediate concerns about Cumberland coming down.
You don't think concentrating more going north?
West and, or east and north.
They want Gateway, not Healthway. That's where they're going.
Well, they're going everything north. So,
They own all the way down to 600 West, just south of 600 West.
Forcing annexation is pretty hard.
no, I just,
The other piece is if you want to be annexed, for anybody watching at home, let us know. Jim can work with you.
If you would like to be the ambassador of our annexation campaign, go knock on some doors.
At the end of the day, for the town, it's great for us, right? If we have. The hard part is if there's somebody in between you and us, then it becomes difficult, right? But, I mean, at the end of the day, that would point more tax money towards us, right? Which would allow us to focus a lot of our agenda and things that we're trying to do to develop the town the right way.
But that's also more streets and roads that we have to maintain. So, we have a limited number of staff, so we have to keep that in mind as well.
Yep, good question.
I'm Kathy Spivey. I'm Jen.
Oh, sorry.
It was fun. I get the concern, you're talking about mopeds and golf carts and that sort of thing. Kids drive golf carts on 600, 482 all the time. And that really concerns me because they don't just have one or two people, they pack. And they're little kids, and they're hanging off the back, and I'm concerned about that. But I haven't called anything in but it happens on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's an adult driving, and I imagine they're coming from Steinmeier Crossing, I guess, I don't know for sure. But it happens repeatedly, and I believe they're going to 52. So my concern is, that is a concern. Is it legal? Surely can't be. And also, what would be the repercussions if we were involved in an accident with said illegal golf cart coming down? If we're trying to back out of my driveway, let's say I don't see it, there's a hill, you know, I'm concerned, we're concerned about that, because that happens.
600. They can't.
Where Spivey's lives in Hancock County. They're not allowed to have golf carts on county roadways.
Correct.
They can have UTVs, they cannot have golf carts per county ordinance.
From the railroad tracks north is all county.
And from this, I mean, where you are, you're right on the county, right? So New Pal doesn't come up until Healthway, right?
Right.
Correct.
But they would still, like, so
So-
the first piece is if you call the non-emergency helpline, which is,
Right here, I'll
We'll-
give her the
we'll
piece
give
of paper on the way
Yeah.
out. Yep.
and let them know about their going. So at the end of the day, you know, Chief doesn't know that Ryan drives 50 on 450 like he's not supposed to. I would never do that, but either way.
We do not.
But now that he knows, he's going to be ready for it. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of it's catching somebody in that moment. So at least if think of it like this, if you know, hey, it happens at 4 o'clock every Thursday, he's going to put that together and say, hey, I get a call at 4 o'clock every Thursday. Guess what? One of you guys needs to be down there at 4:15, you know, to make sure you catch it.
I'm not out there all the time,
Yeah.
usually. I'm out there busting my tail doing yard work, and these yahoos are going by in their golf carts, and I'm going, I ain't never had fun. But it also worries me.
Yeah.
It concerns me.
It worries us too, and I think we talk about it a lot to make sure that we manage it. I think the other concern is, to your point, sometimes it's kids that don't have license and don't have any business. A, they're not allowed to be there, but B, now they're breaking even more rules and laws. There are fines associated with not following ordinances of that nature. But yeah, letting us know about it, or letting Chief and his team know about it,
County.
they can help, but it's in the county jurisdiction. Doesn't mean they won't respond to it. If they're the closest unit, they'll definitely lend a hand. But yeah, the biggest thing to do is the more people that are watching and helping funnel that information, they can make smart decisions on how to stop it.
Well, I wanted to step out, talk to them a little bit, but.
That's not a good idea.
It's best to let them handle it.
Yeah.
Chief's good at talking to them.
That's your nurture.
Well, yeah, that's fine, I can,
She taught me daughter too. And we worked together. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure can.
So UTVs are legal?
Yeah, on county roads. Now, they gotta be registered to the state of Indiana, so,
So does part of that require them to have insurance?
yeah.
Oh, so they're.
Yeah, so like golf cart, in town for a permit, you have to carry, insurance on them, so if they were to drive down the road, and run into your parked car, they're responsible, just like driving vehicles. We require them to have
So
insurance.
we're not at any extra liability?
Well, now they could be driving Steinmeier Crossing, not have a New Palace permit, just driving willy-nilly, may not have anything. So I can't say, if you get a permit from New Palace, you have to carry insurance.
And that's just within the town, right?
We will give people permits, but they are told that they are not allowed to drive them on county roads. If they want to bring them into town, they either bring them in on a trailer for like the parades or the events, but we will not allow them to drive on, we tell them not to drive on county roads.
Right.
Now, will they? There's a possibility, but they're encouraged not to get the permit unless they live in town.
ATVs have to be licensed?
Not ATVs, UTVs. ATVs are not allowed. That's a single seat, like the four-wheelers. This is the side-by-side, the quad, the 4 seats. Those are allowed on county roads, and now we've passed it with the town can have as well. So there's permits for those as well. And again, the UTVs also have to have insurance to be in. And they have, again, registered to the state of Indiana before they ever come see us.
And they got to, so they got to be plated.
Not plated,
Registered.
registered.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole separate thing, so. But
It's
they're
kinda like-
legal on county road.
It's kind of like you get a boat, kayak for the ponds or the lakes. You have to buy those stickers. You register through the state, they give you the sticker, you sign them. They have to show proof that they have all the stuff before they ever come see us.
Good discussions. Anything else? Awesome. Moving on to council comments, and Ryan is up first.
I want to thank Thomas for doing all the work with Congressman Shreve and following up on that. I want to thank Kroger and Mr. Beckman and his team and the hospital for their ongoing communication and willingness to work and ending up with a fantastic result that the town is hopefully going to hugely benefit from with very little to no financial obligations, which is a win-win scenario. So, and the rest of the council, that's it. Oh, yeah, hockey playoffs are going right now, I'm super excited.
I'll echo Ryan and just recognize, as they presented earlier, some of a lot of exciting things going on in town, with the healthway development, the town center conversations. I'm excited with some of the opportunities we have in front of us. I wanted to just thank NAWIC. I appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit about what's going on in town with the National Association of Women in Construction last week. So the hospital was there, and Cordsville was there, and just some really cool things going on in Hancock County, and it was good to host them here in Impal. Also, voiced appreciation for candidates who ran, all the candidates who ran yesterday, and congratulations to those who won their primaries. That's all I have.
We talk a lot about our outstanding sports teams and band and choir, and I had the pleasure of going to the one of the school board meetings where they recognized MPE and MPI's math bowl teams. MPE got 8th in state, and MPI got 9th in state. So if you've never been to one of these competitions, like I hadn't, I wasn't the best math student. Yeah, she knows already. You don't have to nod. But I got to go watch my son do it. It's extremely interesting and quite amazing. Some of the questions that were going on the board for the kids to answer, I was having trouble with myself. So I'm really proud of them and their accomplishments. Pretty big deal there. So glad for them. The K9 golf outing. To support our police department, our canines are 100% funded by the town, which is pretty awesome. That is June 25th. I don't know how many teams we have left.
We're getting,
There's 12 left. It's open.
I just got one this week, so there's 12 left. So they're going fast.
Fantastic event.
Yes.
Fun event.
It's really fun.
And I'm not going to have any pontoon boat accidents, so I can go this year. That's all I got. Bill.
I'll start with Go Cubs Go. They're on fire. Also want to mention, I probably should have brought this up under new business, but we kind of went through that quickly. I was approached by my neighbor, Mr. Rick Short. He owns, or his sister owns, the property to the south of me, formerly owned by the Cochrans, and they have started working on the property. They've accumulated about 4 or 5 piles of mostly branches and limbs and items, and I know he called town hall, spoke with somebody, maybe Jim. He was told that there is a ban that prevents burning in town limits. And to his credit, he was inquiring whether it's possible to request either an exception to that ban or an approval to burn the few debris piles so that he can continue to improve the appearances of that property. So I told him that at our next council meeting, which is now, that I would bring up the issue to see if the council would consider granting Rick Short an exception to the town's burn ban to allow him to burn those piles. He also contacted the fire department. They said as long as he had a hose nearby and he was physically present, that they're fine with it, but he needs town council approval. So I'd like to request on behalf of Rick Short that we give him an exception to the burn ban so he can get rid of the debris piles on that property.
Any concern?
Radar for quite some time. So any way we can help get that
You know what?
project cleaned up is beneficial.
Can we just make sure he call? I mean, does he need to call the fire department just to let him know he's about to?
I'd probably give him a heads up.
Be a
So
good
if we
idea.
could ask that he does that, I'd be for it.
I would ask that he also just give us a window in the town hall, just, hey, I'm gonna do it within these few days, so that we're aware of it when someone calls and asks.
Yeah, I'm sure dispatch is
Mhm.
the type of fire smoke went up, they're gonna set off, they're gonna fire fires.
Yeah, so if he, let's,
Them,
yeah,
fire service.
cool.
Do we need a vote on that?
Do you wanna make a motion so we can just vote and be good on it?
I'll make a motion that we allow Mr. Rick Short an exception to the town burn ban so that he can eliminate the existing debris piles on the property immediately south of me.
Moved and seconded. Do we need to have a conversation?
I would say as long as he notifies.
Subject to notifying town hall, the police department, the fire department.
Can you set a time frame on it so I can get so much, 1-2 days to knock it out?
Yeah, a window,
doesn't
as
drag.
well,
Can you have him make sure he lets Chad know too?
Please. Chief will let me know. Don't worry about it.
We've asked him to clean anything out of it that's not.
Yeah, we wanna support people
Getting it
making
cleaned
the
up.
town look nicer, and
Yep.
there's some times where we gotta provide some help to do that, so I think it's something we can easily do.
I'll amend my motion by adding that it has to be completed within 2 weeks from today. That way it's not open-ended. He still has to make the notification so that everybody knows, but let's get it done.
Yeah, you could update us at the next meeting that,
That it's done.
yeah,
Perfect.
I would say.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
So, in the town limits, you can't have open burning like a pile like that. Does that include like a little fire pit or campfire? Those are contained.
So as long as he put bricks around it, he could.
he can burn whatever he wants.
Well, now, actually, now,
See, that's what happens here. This is what happens.
now, I can tell you from personal experience, there are exceptions because I have a very large fire pit in the backyard next door, and when the flames exceed 12 feet, the fire department will arrive. And I have had that happen multiple occasions.
Good to know.
Yeah, right, so I put too much chicken in a hot pan too.
Permission to do it.
All right, moving right along. Terry, what do you got for us?
I love the, way we can move into, wholesome properties. Like Zach had mentioned earlier, we are working on that. And the way you said that, we are trying to clean up the town. Last year, we sent out letters, and for people watching, please don't ignore those letters because we are enforcing them, this year. And we want to be helpful, so on June 20th, this Saturday, we are having a community cleanup like we did last year. We'll have dumpsters, the treatment plant on South. And, what we won't, well, every meeting I'll add a little more, like, I won't accept, because I have to clarify that, the company's done.
Man, you're leaving us in suspense?
Yeah.
Gotta get you coming back. I'm telling you.
The 20th.
Guys, listen up, Tom.
Too late for my barn.
You're not an exception, but anyway. Watch for those letters and please respond and comply. Because we will be enforcing them.
Last year's event was great, by the way. I went and volunteered for a little bit. We filled all the dumpsters, and it was amazing the response we had from town and county residents because we charge a small fee for county residents to amazing the response we had from the public, and I think it was well received. So I look forward to it again this year.
Thank you. And we will, last year we had, if you called in, if you had things on your property that you couldn't really lift or haul yourself, then if you set them out on the curb, we had some people that would come by and pick them up, like a day or two ahead of time. So there's always, several ways that you can clean up your property, and be compliant. The other thing is, we were talking about the hospital is involved in Kroger and all this other. I trust them completely. They're very classy, they're very detailed about everything. And so I'm glad that they're working with Kroger and all that. David, Ethan spoke and represented us very well, did a very nice job about our council project. And, and the wastewater treatment plant was at the meeting yesterday. They're looking at an August completion date with, October 13th is their 60-day closeout date. So,
Outstanding. Okay.
Jim, who does the punch out on that
On the
wastewater treatment plant?
Thieneman will,
Isn't that the
that's
engineering?
the contractor. Commonwealth is our engineers. They'll see that all items are complete.
Fleet?
Yeah.
Are they permitted? Does the state come and inspect those?
I would, no. Well, let's put it this way. The plans are approved by the state.
That they were, the
Yes.
plans were correct,
Yes.
but I mean, I didn't know if they,
Yeah.
like, when they put, when's it talking about going online?
The completion's supposed to be there about August 15th, the startup, and I think that's gonna push it out to that October. So it's going along pretty well. Yeah.
And with that, I will hear a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Bill and Ryan, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Great job.
And thank you, everybody, for coming.
I think